broadcasting.
All righty, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the February meeting of the Sunline Transit Agency and the Sunline Services Group Board meeting. We'll be holding this one, our last one, via teleconference. And then next month, we will be in session at Sunline Transit Agency. With that, if we could do the flag salute and if we could have Mr. Ty Peabody lead us, that would be appreciated. Mr. Peabody there.
Board Member Peabody is there, but I believe he's on mute, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Peabody, can you unmute yourself? Or did you mute him?
We unmuted him.
Okay, all right. For that, I will lead the pledge. Please put your hand over your heart. Please begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag
The United States of America,
to the republic which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. Thank you, Mr. Peabody. And with that, we'll move on to our next one, which is roll call. Ms. Hernandez.
Good morning, everyone. Please respond when you hear your name to confirm your attendance for the record. Board Chair Miller, City of Indio.
Present.
Board Vice Chair Middleton, City of Palm Springs.
Present.
Board Member Ross, City of Cathedral City.
Here.
Board Member Delgado, City of Coachella.
Here.
Board Member Betts, City of Desert Hot Springs.
Present.
Board Member Peabody, City of Indian Wells.
Present.
Board Member Pena, City of La Quinta.
Present.
Board Member Kelly, City of Palm Desert.
Here.
Board Member Mulatto, City of Rancho Mirage.
Present.
Supervisor Perez, County of Riverside.
I'm here.
Thank you, everyone.
Alright.
The quorum of the board is present.
Thank you. Everyone's here. Appreciate that. With that, we'll move on to item number 4, which is presentations. I take it we do not have any presentations, Mr.
No
Hernandez?
presentations.
And the finalization of the agenda, item number 5, there is no changes from staff.
No changes, Chairman.
Then we'll move on to item number 6 now is the approval of the minutes from the January 25th, 2023 joint board meeting. Any comments or questions, or would somebody like to make a motion?
So move.
First by the City of Indian Wells. We have a second.
I'll second.
All righty. So we have a first and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody abstain or vote no? Okay, passed unanimously. With that, we'll move it on to item number 7, which is public comments on non-agenda items. I do understand we have at least 4 people that would like to have a comment, and we did have one comment that was sent to us to be read in the record. Ms. Hernandez, you and Mr. Vale, if you can take this away, that'd be great.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we did receive 4 requests via email in advance from Mr. Anthony Garcia, Mr. Bill Myers, Mr. Robert Sneed, and Mr. Joseph Rake. We also received a written comment that was distributed to the board yesterday. However, if there is anyone on the attendee side that would like to provide public comment, please press *9 or raise your hand. To raise your hand or use the raise hand feature at the bottom of your screen. Again, please press *9 to raise your hand or use the raise hand feature at the bottom of your screen. We do have one person on the attendee side, Irma Gallo, that would like to provide public comment, and I will add her to the queue.
Thank you. Mr. Vale?
And thank you. I'll read the short statement and we can get everybody going with their public comments. Members of the public may address the board regarding any item within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board. However, no action may be taken on off-agenda items. Comments shall be limited to matters not listed on the agenda at this time. Subsequently, members of the public may comment on any matter that's listed on the Sunline agenda today at the time that the board considers the matter. All comments shall be limited to 3 minutes in length. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Vale.
And Mr. Chair, I will be adding one more person on the attendee side, Gina Lopez, to the queue.
Okay, thank you. Well, if we can get started, that'd be great.
Mr. Garcia, I've now changed Zoom controls.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good afternoon, board and chair of the board of directors. My name is Anthony Garcia. I have worked at Sunline over 26 years as a bus operator with a history of outstanding customer service and excellent work performance. I was recently removed from service out of retaliation because I reported ongoing safety issues at the workplace, which are due to poor management. So don't mind my excitement on the recent news that Lawrence Skyver's departure from the agency. This is great news for many. We welcome the new interim general manager. I have confidence to believe that you and all the board will clean the house, fumigate the existing toxic work environment. I ask the board to listen to your frontline workers who's the operators day-to-day, who operate the day-to-day service. There are some important people who have addressed their concerns to management and to the board. We ask that you take actions on and following the recommendations into consideration. Managing the reckless spending, replace bus seats, invest in reliable buses, allow reasonable operator break times, eliminate the split routes, restrooms at all major time points, correct the bus schedules at the bus stops, fix ADA announcements on the buses, improve route connections, fix the head signs of the buses, paint and replace windows on the buses, repaint bus shelters, improve the reliability of the bus service, put service back to level 1 with more frequency, involve operators and bus riders in the decision-making for proposed service changes, give authority to Sunline supervisors to remove those loitering at the bus stop to improve safety of our passengers, improve the reliability of the service, then reach out to the employers of Coachella Valley riders and their employees. Look at the expanding service in Palm Springs, Desert Hot Springs, Coachella, Indio, La Quinta, and create connections between Sunline and Imperial County. Improve employee morale. Improve communication between Sunline and the passengers with regard to detours and route changes. Consider adding the signal prioritizing equipment on the buses, which will help keep the buses on schedule. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Next, Mr. Hernandez.
And I will now change Zoom controls for Mr. Bill Myers.
Okay. Good morning. With my 40 years of experience in the taxi cab industry in the Coachella Valley, I would hope that my time and knowledge carry some weight. History has proven that there will never be a consensus among taxi operators in the Coachella Valley with regards to certain issues. And universal consensus, although it sounds nice, shouldn't be the goal of the regulatory agency. Yellow Cab supports the pilot program to allow factory paint colors and supports anything that is conducive to the taxi cab industry. The pilot program will not cost the regulatory agency more money. In fact, it will solidify all concerns for everybody involved: safety, operating concerns, viability, regulatory costs, and public service concerns. The addition of an original factory painted cab will not affect regulatory costs because the 3 yearly inspections, weights and measures, commercial licensing, and Sunline permitting of the vehicle will be the same no matter what the color of the taxi cab. Yellow Cab has no intention of being deceptive. In fact, we have every intent to keep the vehicles distinct with our logos, our top light, our lettering, and the checkerboard pattern around the whole vehicle. In an effort to survive, stay competitive, and improve passenger service, Yellow Cab is unable and unwilling to increase our per mile rate. And with the decline of drivers, we are unable to raise our lease rates. In order for us to provide passenger service, we need to reduce the cost of putting cabs on the road to make it enticing for drivers to become owner-operators. The only way to accomplish this goal is to make it less costly for the owner-operator to get started. The idea of the relaxation of color requirements is not Yellow Cab's idea. It has been implemented statewide in most major cities so that the taxi cab industry will survive and possibly thrive. Why is the industry improvement and passenger service here in the Coachella Valley not the goal? It is clear that there is a shortage of taxi cab operators and a huge decline in passenger service. It's imperative that we get more drivers and more vehicles on the road to service the public. The pilot program will not be mandatory industry-wide. It will be up to the individual companies to decide if they want to participate. But the individual company's failure to participate should not determine if the program is created or not created.
I will now change Zoom controls for Mr. Robert Sneed.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, sir.
All right, my name is Dr. Robert Sneed, and I bring 30 years of transit experience to the table today. I am a retiree from Sunline Transit, and I want to shed some light on some of the harassment and the disappointment that I received in my career. I had applied for the planning department, which is the biggest problem right now in the agency. I wasn't even offered an opportunity for an interview. I was discriminated. I was harassed and not afforded an opportunity to exercise my passion in planning. In my experience, in my time at Sunline, I built 2 routes. That was the 80A and the 80B, and also the Line 50, which is the Line 6 now. I didn't receive the credit. Connie and Polo did, and Anita. And Mr. Miller, you've been around a long time with Mr. Cromwell. You know that this was not his vision for Sunline Transit. We have always been on the cutting edge of alternative fuel, which was CNG. He brought it to the Coachella Valley, where everybody around came to look at our facilities about CNG. My experience was cut short. I knew it was an opportunity for me to move in the company, and I was denied that. I knew the position was available if they let Victor Jr. Occupied the position some years ago with less than experience than I had, and he was able to move forth in the company. I was denied that access by Skyver and her staff. Just recently, they had a survey online about the services that they do now. I tapped on to give my comments, and immediately the chat session shut down. This is totally disrespectful. This is retaliation, and I'm more than willing to sit down with the board and the new coming CEO and explicate and extricate some truth from my experience to navigate this company back in its right form as being a champion and a pioneer of many things in this Coachella Valley. You know, we're on the brink of a strike, and we wouldn't want that to happen because it would shut down the whole Coachella Valley. I appreciate your time today and hope that in the future that I will be able to have some dialogue with you pandandrums of the board who would allow me to express my experience of 30 years here at this company that would help. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Sneed, for your comments. Mr. Hernandez, anyone else?
We will now change Zoom controls for Mr. Rake.
Thank you.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
can you hear me?
Yes, we can, sir.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the board. My name is Joseph Rake. I was an operator for over 15 years at Sunline Transit. I too was, like Mr. Garcia, was wrongfully terminated for speaking out about unsafe work conditions and hostile work environments, bully tactics. And I too am rather excited and happy for the employees at Sunline that it's a new day, that Skyver's gone, that Iron Curtain has fallen. And I'd really like to know what the board, what you guys are going to do now to ensure that things like this never happen again with these bully tactics, these harassment tactics, the retaliatory strikes against employees, such as me and Anthony and Mr. Sneed, things that we faced and countless other employees. what can be done to make sure that this never happens again? Because this is your guys' job to oversee what happens at Sunline. This company was never this way years ago. And just like Mr. Sneed had said, Mr. Miller, you've been around for a long time. You certainly know the older days and how well this company was managed. We need to get it back to the way that it once was. And we need to treat employees with respect and dignity and give employees a chance to progress within the company. Thank you much.
Thank you, sir, for your comments. Edith, do we have anybody else that wishes to speak in public comments, not on the agenda items?
We do. We have Irma Gallo, and I will change her Zoom controls now.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Irma Gallo. I'm a professional bus driver. I'm here to say that we, the drivers, are struggling. Planning put all of us in the worst position ever. The general manager is leaving us in a worse condition that we have ever been. Line 1 is a disaster. Line 2 is still suffering. There are 3 lights intersections that wasn't considered on this schedule on line 1. The light on Fred Waring and Highway 111, it takes a long time. The light on Highway 111 in Desert Crossing is real busy. The light at 111 in Town Center is also real busy. It could be easier to go from highway straight, the run that comes from Coachella to Palm Desert Mall, to go straight and turn Highway 111 and turn in Town Center. And I know that we have to touch bases with the College of the Desert, but that can be done when we leave town, the mall, and go back to Coachella. We all know the high season is intense here in the Valley. It's more traffic, it's more people. Through the years, population is growing. More kids are driving, more new lights are installed, more crosswalks, more bikes, and our schedule gets shorter and shorter. Nonsense. We, the drivers, are driving continuously, giving up some of our breaks to help, but it's impossible. It's stressful and frustrating because passengers are yelling at drivers for this mess. 3 buses are running together in line 1 at the same time, almost every day. Incredible. No dispatcher can track buses all day because they also have many other things to do. Sunline is not doing a scheduled hearings meeting since January 2022. We have been waiting for answers for over a year. They barely did a meeting this week, avoided one of our, oh goodness, I forgot the name. The meeting wasn't with the chief of operations department as the MOU states. We're trying to put a grievance on it. That's why they make a meeting and it wasn't done correctly. They are violating our MOU. It's a report called, I run out of time. Well, our time performance is horrible. We understand that, but it's not because of the drivers. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gallo, for your comments. Ms. Hernandez, anyone else have their hand up or wishes to speak on non-agenda items?
Chairman Miller, we do have another attendee, Gina Lopez.
Okay. Ms. Lopez?
Hello, good afternoon. I thank you for the time that you're allowing us to speak on the issues we have. I just want to say that sometimes decisions made behind a desk, always drivers or us, the frontline workers, are the ones that have to face those decisions, whether the public likes them or not. We're the first people they see, and they're the first people. We're the first people they come and lash out their comments. Some comments are good, some are bad. Like my coworker just mentioned before, you know, the angry insults that we get, and we're just expected to continue and drive like nothing was said, because we have to maintain and stay professional, even though sometimes it's very hard. The comments are degrading, they're hurtful, and we continue like nothing happened. And we're human, and we feel, and this is hard, especially when we can't control what's going on. The line 1 was drastically, it was cut in half, but not only was it cut in half, the destination time from point A to point B was also reduced, especially in a time right now where we are in season. As you all know, if you're residents of the Valley, we have the summer season, which people leave. And right now we have all the tourists coming because we have the beautiful weather that they don't have. And that affects us as drivers. It's not only the passenger load, it's the traffic we face and the events coming in this next 2 more months that we have left. We have the Indian Wells tournament that's going to kill the line 1. We have the Stagecoach. We have got the White Party, we've got so much going on in the Valley. And of course the weather's great, but these are all issues that are things that need to be considered when routes are designed. And unfortunately, I don't know what happened this time, but our performance is awful. And it's not, like my coworker said, it's not us. We're really pushing. Most of us are giving up most of our breaks, which is why we've started filing the schedule adherence forms to try to get someone to listen to us. But right now the drivers are burnt out, they're tired. It's creating a cycle where people are not coming into work because it's creating fatigue, and you could see it's a cycle. And that's pretty much it. But I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Lopez, for your comments. Ms. Hernandez, is there anyone else that has their hand up, wishes to speak, or anybody else in the queue?
Mr. Chairman, there is no one else on the attendee side that would like to provide public comment.
Okay. With that, then we will move on to the next item. We'll close public comments and move on to item number 8, which is board member comments. Starting with Cathedral City in alphabetical order. Is anybody wishing to make a comment? No? All right. So that will move on to item number 9 then. Now, item number 9 is our consent calendar. We have items 9A through 9I. Is there anybody that has anything they'd like to pull, or would somebody like to make a motion?
Move to approve.
Randy and Wiles, we have a second.
Cathedral City seconds.
Cathedral City seconds it. So we have first and second. If there's no more comments, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Anybody oppose or abstain from any of them? No, thank you very much. It passes unanimously. We move on to item number 10 now, which is the enhancement of the security guard services, and Mr. Valenzuela is going to be handling this for us. So, or Lauren, whoever. So if we can move on to item number 10, that'd be great with the report.
This will be Brian, and he's coming on now.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Board Chair Miller and board members. My name is Brian Valenzuela. I am the Deputy Chief Safety Officer at Sunline Transit Agency. In May of 2022, the Board of Directors approved a 1-year security guard services contract with United Security Services, now known as TrueGuard. On October 30th, 2022, a request to TrueGuard was made to provide enhanced security services to protect Sunline's facilities, assets, personnel, and reduce service interruptions by focusing on crime prevention. The decision to request these services was based on crime rates being its highest across Riverside County since 2011, and an increase of law enforcement activity on an unoccupied lot just east of the Sunline main campus. The request for enhanced security services consisted of 1 additional guard posted at the bus gate on the southeastern end of the campus and required both guards to be armed. The enhanced security services has demonstrated to be beneficial to Sunline, as the services reduce the probability of being a victim of a crime, and the response time to a criminal activity is significantly reduced. With roving security, it also ensures that areas across the campus, such as parking lots, are being checked every hour. In addition to the enhanced security services request, with the board decision made on January 25th, 2023, resuming in-person board meetings beginning March 22nd, 2023, Sunline has evaluated the security measures implemented at other facilities and Sunline will provide an additional guard during board days. These decisions ensure a secure environment for staff and the public participating in board meetings. This concludes my report, and I will gladly answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Thank you for the full report, Mr. Valenzuela. Is there any questions or comments, Mr. Valenzuela, from any of the board members? Oh, okay. Thank you very much. We look forward.
Mr. Chair, we have a public comment.
Okay.
And we do have public comment from Anthony Garcia. I will go ahead and change Zoom controls.
Thank you. Mr. Garcia?
Paying for security guard service, armed guard service, and the weekend they got no guard service. The weekend, a homeless person on the property. So we're that protecting agency Monday to Friday, but about weekend protecting the officers on weekend when there's no security guard. So
Mr. Garcia, we cannot hear you.
Yeah.
You're cutting in and out.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was us, me, or him, because he spoke earlier and didn't have any much issue. Is he still there?
He dropped off, Mr. Chair.
Okay. All right. I don't know what Mr. Garcia was saying, but obviously the time to talk about the safety. We'll hopefully he gets a good connection. If he comes back on, we'll allow him to say a few words at the next opportunity.
Mr. Chair, he did come back on. I could change the Zoom controls.
Okay.
I'm sorry I got disconnected. I just want to say
we didn't hear any of your comments, so you're getting a bad connection. Okay.
Mr. Garcia, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
We really have a bad connection. Every other word is going out there. So if we get disconnected, we won't be able to do it unless you get into a location that you're able to get some good Wi-Fi, because we're not able to hear you. So if you could go, and we'll let you know if we have any issues.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can, sir.
Okay, just quick and simple. Security guards should be paid to be there 7 days a week. There is pictures of a homeless on Sunline's property on the weekend when there's no security guard. So we're going to protect management. We should also protect operators. That's my comment.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia, for your comments. Okay, thank you. Of the board, is there any board members that would wish to comment on this? Okay, thank you, Mr. Valenzuela, for your comments. We look forward to seeing you at the next board meeting in person. With that, we'll move on to item number 11 now, which is the general counsel report.
Thank you, Chair. Nothing to report today.
Thank you, Mr. Vale. With that, we'll move on to item number 12, which is our CEO, General Manager, Ms. Lauren Skyver. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to highlight a couple things. Staff went out for We Love Our Customers on February 14th and hosted a writer appreciation event for Valentine's Day. They were at most major time points with giveaways with candy and water in both the morning and afternoon. I also wanted to let you know, and I know the board's aware that Sunline is the Clean Cities coordinator, and we're having a Coachella Valley kickoff meeting. We're the host agency, and it will be virtual. Stakeholders will help choose a logo, and we'll be meeting quarterly. If you have representatives from your city that are a part of this coalition, we appreciate their participation. And then lastly, Sunline staff was successful in getting 2 digital billboards on the I-10. And we are greatly appreciative of the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce These are for helping with hiring and for letting the public know about opportunities available at Sunline. We also want to highlight the city of Cathedral City, who's also been a great partner providing billboard space outside of their downtown movie theater. So a big thank you to Nancy Ross and the Cathedral City team. That concludes my report, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Skyver, and thank you for all you do for Sunline. So you and your team have done an amazing job continuing to support the mission of Sunline and our board, and you will be sorely missed. With that, we'll move on to item number 13, which is the closed session. Mr. Vale, do you have any comments for us? I know we have to get on another link. We'll be discussing a couple matters. Is there anything you'd like to do, sir?
I will just read the list, see if anybody has any public comments, and then we can recess into closed session. You do have 4 separate items on your closed session today. The first is a conference with legal counsel. We have 2 separate cases under discussion today. You have a conference with your labor negotiator with regard to Amalgamated Transit Union Local 1277. And then you have a public employee performance evaluation and a conference with your labor negotiator, both with regard to the position of Chief Executive Officer, General Manager. That concludes my report. If there's no public comments, we can recess into closed session.
Any public comments, Mr. Hernandez?
Mr. Chair, I do not see anyone on the attendee side that wants to provide public comment.
All right, everyone, we're going to get off this link, get on to the closed session link, then we'll report back out. So all of you, if you could do that, it'd be appreciated, and we'll see you in the closed session. All right. I guess we got everybody back yet?
Coming through.
We're one shy of a quorum.
Okay. How it always is.
I'm glad I chimed in. I got another appointment, but I hate to have you two away from a quorum.
Just need one more.
Where's the sergeant at arms?
We will see. Anybody yet?
No.
Yeah,
Well, if all we need to do is adjourn, less than a quorum can adjourn, so.
We'll give him one more second to make sure it's official here, but we'll get that. I mean, we got, who we missing? Kathleen, supervisor.
Kathleen's here.
Oh, Kathleen, sorry, Kathleen.
Lisa, Denise, Ty, Glen, and supervisor.
Okay. All right, if we're not gonna do that, then we will adjourn this meeting. Eric, do you have to report out or say anything, or do we just till next time?
We covered all of the items. There's no reportable action, and if we need to, I can make that report at our March meeting also.
Thank you very much. Then we will adjourn this meeting. And our next meeting is March 22nd, 2023 at 12 o'clock. We will be meeting in person, and we will also have Ms. Lauren Skyver there to be able to thank for her work here at Sunline for her many years of dedication and be able to talk to her in person. So thank you, all of you. Have a great rest of your week, and we look forward to seeing you in person at our next meeting. God bless.